We have another exciting episode of Shades of Blue. Who is trying to frame Harlee? We're going to talk about it coming up.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I also do.
Like the race of it, the intensity of it, just perfect for the episode.
I was just going to say that. It's so perfect. The intensity, the drama of the song. Yes. Let's go ahead and get right into it because it was a lot that happened this episode. Okay, so we're starting off with them doing, some regular police work, but they don't really often do. Right. They have a bust. Oh, yes. We should do that. I'm just the show.
Getting into it
I just want to get right into it. So let's go ahead. I'll let you guys start now to introduce yourself. We'll come around.
Hey guys, I'm Chanel Hurlin, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Chanel Hurlin.
Hello everyone. I will be social at Taquilla_I am.
And I'm Lynneisha. You can find me on Lynneisha_33 on Instagram and Twitter.
Now we can get into it.
We can get started. All right. So like I said, doing some regular police work, which they don't often do. So they have a little bust and they find this money.
Yeah.
And what was intriguing was they kind of went back to their old ways and they wanted to take the money.
Of course.
So Marcus and Espada were like, yo, Harlee, let's take it. What were you guys thinking in that? Do you think Harlee was going to take it, or what were you guys thinking Harlee was going to do there?
I was surprised she didn't. Because, once you start, especially something as a team and you're involved and that deep, it's like, no, this is what we're going to continue to always do. They're trying to help their family. Tofu's trying to help his mom, all of that. So when she said bag and attack it, and they was like, no, this is the team. I'm in. We're in. And she was just like, bag it and tag it. I was like, wow, I'm proud of you, Harlee. I'm proud.
Yeah, and it's good. And one thing that did stand out to me was when she busted the woman with the baby and she said, your baby doesn't need the world, only a mother that she can look up to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's kind of, she burnt the money the last time. She's really trying to put things right. And once she had just said this to the woman, it was kind of like a conversation maybe to herself to reassure herself and be like, listen, Harlee, we need to get on the right path.
Yeah.
So the fact that money happened straight after that sentence to that woman, I'm glad she didn't say, let's bag it.
I was glad too. I thought that was like her saving grace moment.
Yeah.
Let me try to do some good, because everything else they're so deep into, and it's just drama and intensity. Like she said later in the episode, there's blood on her hands. So I thought it was like her saving grace moment that warmed my heart.
I think it was a little bit of both. She's trying to do better and go on the right path, but also there's just so much heat and so much going on. Let's just chill out for a little while.
We
kind of we can't do this right now. But see, they don't know everything. They know something's going on, but they don't know everything.
Yeah.
So for them, it's just well, let's go. Let's take the money. You know what I mean?
Interesting, though. I wonder how the whole episode would have turned and where we would be right now if they did bag the money. Because the money led to the case of now,
the truck heist money.
Yeah, the truck heist money. Yeah, when they put it in. So, it kind of is well, what if they had taken it then?
I was like, I'm glad they really did.
Yeah.
They could have tagged it. Great.
Because, the little, signal came up when you put in the money to, put it in the system. And then Harlee looked it up. And, it was that's a DEA alert. So now, not only is Internal Affairs kind of on them, now they have the DEA kind of sniffing around too, because they have all the photos of the heist, and they have what's his name, Loman. They have his photo. There's the reporting officer or something like that. So it's gonna get even better, going over with those things to see if the DEA is gonna even come in and start investigating as well. So it's gonna get deep.
I like how she went to Caddy and just tried to contact him, because he was probably the one spending. I think once we see towards the end, he gives her the money back. That's what we assume to leave that's in the money. I mean, the envelope. But at the same time, I'm kind of nervous about that because
he's a junkie.
Yes. Yeah, because when they said that, I was thinking too, who could be spending this money, maybe.
We know Donnie's dead. Not everybody else does, but we know, so it's not
and
him.
Miguel too.
Exactly.
She gave Miguel some money. So I'm well, at first I was maybe at some point he was able to give some to his mom. Maybe it was her. But then when they mentioned Caddy, I was and they showed the preview to remind us that she gave him a little bit, to kind of help out. Here's your cut for helping her steal the money or whatever. But
Yeah, I like those little previews. Thank goodness. Otherwise, you completely
to
forget what's
remind you,
happening.
yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, so they're showing this to us now for a reason.
Right.
Keep it in mind.
Yep.
Last season seems so far away now.
Yeah, I kind of had to recap
now.
everything before I started watching this season. Like, what happened?
But I mean,
'cause
even
it's
after
so
a
much.
week, so much happens the last episode, we kind of started this episode being like, goodness, what actually happened last week? So much.
Because there's so much. I feel like we'll be the same way next week.
Yeah.
This episode was, like I said, I was telling you guys earlier, I was watching like
the whole way.
Yeah, the whole
and
episode.
There's so many details in here too that hopefully we'll get to talk about tonight. If not, definitely we'll go into next week.
Yeah.
But everything just so juicy. But I loved it.
Me too.
Such a great episode.
So good. So let's talk about Caroline, Jason's ex.
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet
I feel like
Caroline.
poor Caroline.
Right? Yeah. So they show up to the crime scene, and they don't know Woz is there, Tess is there, and then Harlee comes up, and she realizes that it's her. Yeah. And so Woz is talking to her about it, and then she's starting to put the pieces together. Like, oh, I think that was my gun. Like, Oh, and the tip as well. Like, why would someone randomly call their office to kind of leave a tip? Yeah, for her about this person, you know what I mean? Like, that's so, it seems random, but it's like, that's not random.
Yeah.
I felt really bad. Again, Caroline, she had just a hot second in last episode, and into this episode, she's dead. So she just collateral damage, had they been saying the whole show today. But I think I'm excited, and it's probably gonna be bad to say, but I can't wait to see what else Bianchi has to pull, because you led to Harlee busting into his office, and like, you can come for me. She didn't have nothing to do with it, and I think more so was that because she kind of knew after that her relationship with James was on the line.
Yeah.
But I kind of love that boldness that struck out of her, and that tit for tat between the two of them, Bianchi and Harlee at the end. I was excited about it. Like, oh yeah, what else do they have planned? Because we'll see more of it. But
let's talk about like how he kind of threatened her with that.
Yeah,
like, well, have your gun.
bullets.
Like, so
yes, 9 minus 1. That means there's 8 more lives
He was
that
like,
are going to be collateral damage.
More bullets left,
They're
and I was
ruthless.
like, wow, yeah,
completely.
And then he tries to like kick her out of the salon or whatever, and she's like pushing off the security. He's like, well, what are you gonna do? Don't mess with Harlee.
No,
don't headbutt that man. So
we know this now,
right? Like everyone else needs to get the memo. Like on the show, don't play with her.
They need to see what we see.
You know, she's like, don't bring an innocent person into this. You know, and you think I'm just gonna lay low. I know it was you. You know.
Yeah.
I like her for that.
And
she's
that's
so
why
strong.
I think I'm excited too, because we see clearly she follows through on her threats. Like, she's not backing down, and she's gonna be just that vicious because it's her job, number one, but then also her livelihood, and she has her daughter to think of too. So whatever Bianchi's gonna keep coming at her with, she's gonna keep coming back
all the time.
Like all the time. It's no wall, it's no boundaries. I think someone asked, with her Tess in the beginning, she was like upset because she thought or accused Tess of ratting out the crew, and she was like, no, but then Harlee was like, everybody has a limit. And so I wonder, will we get to see her limit at shortly too? Like, especially coming up against Bianchi. What is that limit?
Yeah.
Because now you done lost your boyfriend, and you really liked him.
I'm sad about that.
I also really like that. I like them together.
For their breakup.
Dang,
Like,
Gina.
And her line, I thought you were gonna I thought you were gonna call me back on the walk to the door.
But he is too, though. I thought I was too. I was like,
Deep.
I was waiting for it though. Like, no, wait, I just got out of control. Let's bring it back.
Like, oh no, go after her.
It didn't happen.
Maybe
no.
I don't want that to be the end of his character. Maybe hopefully they can make up.
He's gonna come back for sure.
I'm really sappy right now. I don't want that to be the end of the relationship.
Like,
I need
easy. That ending was too easy for them. He'll be back.
I really hope so.
I hope so too. He has to be.
But speaking of that, though, I did make a point because last episode when they were on the couch, he was just saying how he takes her as she is. He knows because of her job and her role, there are things that she may have to do that may be not moral, or illegal. But I think because it was his ex-wife,
it was too close to home for him.
He kind of diminished that.
Like, he said, he was like, this was the woman I was going to marry.
She's not just a file.
Right.
Yeah. So his ex-fiance. But also, I mean, back to the crime scene when she tells Woz, that was my gun. They find the guns missing in the boots, in the trunk.
You say boots.
And how then Woz later on says to Michael, every lie I tell is for the family. And that whole route of how he he goes about then shooting at the gun. Whilst he's shooting in the shooting range, he's saying this line to Michael, and we just hear it like, okay, cool, yeah, we know this was,
exactly.
we know you guys do this.
Right.
And then he goes behind the thing, whatever that thing's called, and he takes the bullets.
I was excited.
Yes.
I
and I
like,
knew he was going to
yes.
do something with it. I don't know. I'm slow. At the time, I just didn't figure out what it was.
Oh,
but
no,
I
I
knew,
didn't either.
okay, I was
Right.
like, okay, he's going to do something with this. But to take, do we want to go there now? I mean, we talked about it, might as well. Like, so to take it to the extreme, to really cover, he really has Harlee's back and his own back too. But to take it to the extreme and go and replace the bullet,
You know what?
so that it can't trace it back to Harlee's gun.
It's kind of brilliant the way they go about this. Like,
really
a part of me is like, oh, guys, come on, let's just be honest and frank and like good cops. But on the other side, I'm like, yes, these people they are a family. They have each other's back.
Yeah.
Like, they will go to the extreme to save each other, because deep down inside, I think these guys are all good people. They've just kind of got in the bad situation, and they've kind of just got to each step of the way look out for each other and look out for their families. And that, in the meantime, also means they've got to hurt some families, hurt some people.
That's true too.
So my heart is like, yes, but no. Yes, but no.
I'm with you. I get excited because, again, my mind is like your yes and no in your heart. Because I'm like, ooh, I would have never thought of going to a gun range, putting a book behind it, shooting it, and then like going up and back. And you have all of the steps, the access to do all of this too. I'm excited about just the mystery and the theories behind how they think and operate. The writers are doing such a good job.
Such a good job.
Because I was like,
usually, sometimes you're watching something and you can predict maybe what's going to happen, but when you are surprised while you're watching a show, that's beautiful.
Exactly.
And we were surprised several times. Let me tell you guys.
But and also him just having the nerve to even be able to do that,
right?
To a dead body. That is, they have like they have unconditional love, him and Harlee.
They do.
Like
They do.
I think I want to go back, if you don't mind, just touching when he was speaking to Linda. Let me first say I was glad she walked back in the door. I thought she was here to stay. I don't really think she's gone, but we'll get into predictions later. But where he was like, he was trying to decide, he has to save somebody, but he was trying to decide if he really was going to. I got scared for a moment. I was like, he's not going to help Harlee out now. Because he's like, how many secrets are you still keeping from me? And again, she's trying to protect everyone that rested all on her shoulders, but he's there too. He's their boss. He's trying to help her. So when they were at the gun range and I seen him shooting, I kind of thought, I was like, okay, this is somehow to help Harlee. But once it unfolded, I was like, yes, okay, he helped. I was so happy.
Man's a genius.
And then when she showed up to the hospital or the morgue, and he was like, well, what are you doing here? But he gave her that little nod like, it's done.
It's undercover.
I liked how she was like, I was just trying to follow Napoleon's playbook. Like, look, show up and see what happens.
Hey, I'm just here. Figure it out.
She was on the last leg. Like, I don't know what's next.
Desperate. She didn't know what else to do. But once again, Woz had it covered.
Yep.
It's got her back.
That is, Woz is like, I don't know what, he's just always right on time.
He really is.
He's right on time.
He really is.
Let's see, what else happened after that? So we didn't see Julia too much this episode. We saw her a few times. She popped in and out. But I do like towards the end, when Woz kind of confronted her about, also that was an innocent life. You guys didn't have to, mess with her. Why? Let's not go after innocent people. Like he said, like we can go to war, but let it be between us.
Right. And give Harlee her gun back.
Right. And give Harlee, right? Now. Give Harlee her gun back. Right. So I like that their relationship where it's still respectful, because even though she did say like she doesn't have Bianchi on the leash, she can't really control him, but she wasn't too combative to say like, oh no, this, you started this, we're going to keep going. She did acknowledge that, well, you guys kind of started all of this, but still they still have a relationship too where they're kind of going to respect each other.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? And then we also now see that.
Oh, wow.
I told you guys. I was like, I knew. Yeah, I was like, I knew they had something going on.
I remember one of you saying that, and I was thinking, like, no, I don't think they had anything.
And then she's like, I know what you like, and then she's strangling him. Oh, my goodness,
was. Oh, okay. That's
I got a little uncomfortable. She's like, I'm not going to.
Shades of gray. Shades of blue.
Oh, shades of gray.
That was a good one. It was. So she was like, I'm not going to take it easy. I don't deserve easy. Or gentle or something. I was like, okay.
We did not call for that.
My eyes.
But what do you think about, like, their relationship?
That's going to have a prominent impact on it, too. Especially now because we see they were sexual and involved and intimate again. And I thought he was trying to pull her out, I guess, back from her cop work when he was like, have you changed? Actually, have you really changed? And I want to know if we'll get to see more of her story, like flashbacks to when she was a police and what she did for her unit and Wise was under her and how they operated, because that probably led into what Wise does with his team now.
Yeah,
but I'm really stuck on that they really have intimate relationship. I was really surprised about that. I know you said it.
I was like, something's
you really did.
brewing
You caught
here.
it really good.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like she's sneaky in a way. She's also kind of selfish in that, you know, they're getting to this point now where he's trying to confront her and be like, listen, let's clear this up. You're killing innocent people. Give Harlee her gun back. As much of a joke that is, he's being serious about it. But then she comes in with this like sexuality and is like, you know, let me just seduce you and let's forget about this. I think she's also a bit scared in terms of she doesn't want to give up too much information. She doesn't want to go against Bianchi because it could turn on her as well.
Right,
So I don't feel like she really cares. Like she's just kind of blinding Was a bit.
Yeah,
I
a
can
little
agree
bit.
with that.
Yeah, and then she
more
also doesn't know why. Like why are they trying to dig into this?
Yeah, and she knows he's vulnerable at the moment. He's just lost his wife. He's going through a rough time. She knows why, I guess, Was is protecting her because of the son Nate and all. So she's got all that back knowledge.
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan of her.
I can agree with you. I think she is a little selfish. I think she's more so worried about her campaign. She wants to win this election too. So I think that also is maybe her way of trying to ease their conversation by making it sexual after that. So I agree with you. I don't know if I like her or dislike her quite yet.
I think we need to find out a bit more about her still and like
yes.
Why is she going about this route and all.
I can't say who I don't like at all, and I'm tired of him. Can we get a week without him? Can I lead into it?
Just get I was going to go next too.
Stahl. I'm so. As soon as he gave Christina that USB, I was like, it's a virus in it. It's something.
You thought already?
I did. I knew it. I was like,
he's so sneaky. That one went past me, but
it also
I was like, they set her up. So once she put it in, he started listening to her conversation which she was having with her cousin. I was like, oh,
yeah. That red light it started beeping as soon as she put it. I'm like, this slow life.
But he's kind of not. I don't feel like he like this episode. He kind of like redeemed his creepiness. Almost now I'm thinking, this guy's actually kind of clever. Like, he's going about it being creepy. In the first few episodes, we're like, Stahl, we are not a fan of you. But now I'm like, this guy's clever, and he's getting close to Christina. I don't think to be creepy anymore, but more to get information on Harlee and Miguel. Yeah. And he's going about it with the USB now, which still, yes, is creepy. He's spying on her, but now he's got the information with Caddy, and he sees Caddy coming to the house, and he says, you know, your mom called me to keep low. I'm keeping low. Don't open the envelope. He's getting all this information by being creepy. So this guy's clever.
Yeah, he is. Like, and that's visual and hearing. Like, so you can hear everything that's going on and you see it too. Yeah. So that's going to be really dangerous.
I'm sure he's recording it.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to bring it to Harlee's attention some point in time. They're going to have a next mess.
Yeah.
So it's going to be ugly.
Yeah, it is. Because he's going to wait until it's something juicy. And he has a little bit now with Caddy showing up.
He does.
Because he was interested. Like, oh, okay, what's going on
The good thing is that he just doesn't know what's inside the envelope. Right. Though. So that's a good thing. He can tell her information, but you don't know what's inside.
He probably figures it's money, though. It's an envelope. He probably figures that, but he doesn't know for sure.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, that was super creepy. I was nervous too. I was like, Caddy, please don't say a lot.
Please just keep your mouth shut.
Just like, no, I wanted him to go away when she was like, well, she's busy. Kind of Christina's scared to open the door. He looked a little suspect, like, just call her on her cell phone. Right. Like, that's it. That's how she contacts her. Okay, just call her back.
Like, please don't bust you guys out, because you're going down too. Like, just be quiet.
Yes. Can I also make a point just to say I really want to see more Tufo, because to me he's the comedy. His character brings like the slapstick comedy, and especially when it comes into Verco coming in the office and just disrupting things. Yeah. So I just want to see a little bit more of Tufo and how his character can come to the forefront one episode. I hope the writers will put that in there.
I agree. For sure.
Because we see a little bit more of Tess, maybe because she's more of a name. Right. You know, so that of course she has like a little bit of a bigger role, but it would be interesting to see a little bit more, of him and his background story. Yeah. What were we gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, what do you guys think about, Harlee having no other option but to confront Tess or what's been happening? You could see that she was like super desperate in that moment because she had just been caught with the hard drive. Tess comes in with the warrant and she's like, what the hell are you doing? Yeah. Harlee honestly had no other choice but to tell her what's happening.
Yeah, she had to. Yeah, I made that a point too. I wrote that down because it was like she was pinned in a corner basically, and it was like she kind of has to, or because if Tess starts to dig a little more and find out for herself, she will find out about Harlee and also expose her, and it may not go well with the case. You know what I mean?
And she might wonder why she was keeping it a secret.
Right, that too. Was
Harlee really involved in the murder? Mm-hmm. And then also interesting when they come back in and Verco throws down the hard drive, and he's like, "Well, this is broken."
Right. Yeah.
Tess has Harlee's back no matter what.
And I'm like, it's the renewed friendship of it. They still might be mad at each other, but it was a renewed friendship.
It's kind of like brother sister. It really is a family.
Yeah,
like,
it really is. Yeah.
Sister,
but when they need you,
or somebody come for them, you got their back. So yeah,
because Tess came, she showed up. She was right on. I got it. I got the warrant. You know, because the security guard. I was wondering what Harlee was gonna say, or if she was just gonna flash the badge, like, you know, police, like something.
Stressful.
We got to report her to know.
Right.
I thought she would keep it simple.
Yeah.
But since she did admit, like, oh, this is for a case, but it's like, come on, like, basic 101. Everyone knows you need a warrant if you say something for evidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that I was like, I thought you'd be a little quicker on your feet with a better excuse than that.
But speaking of that, it was interesting to see that side of Harlee because she always seems so in control, so on it.
Exactly.
And in this scene in particular, she just really was. She was a controlled mess.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't know what to do the next step. She hadn't really thought that through because she was so desperate. So that was just an interesting side to see of her.
That's what I was going to pick off. So great interjection, but I wonder if they didn't have the argument last episode of her trying to say Tess was giving information to IA. Would she had just told Tess up front what was going on, you know? Because I kind of feel like I keep making excuses for Harlee because I know at the root of she's really trying to protect everyone.
Yeah.
She's trying to put it all on her shoulders. But at the same time, in you trying to protect someone, you got to give them a little bit of the story. You got to have a little bit of truth that they'll have your back at the same time. So that made me wonder, like, if they didn't have that little riffraff the last episode, would she have went ahead and just told Tess, like, this is what happened. It's my gun. I am the cup number 2, you know, all of that. So
would have caused her a lot less stress.
Right.
Exactly.
A few less gray hairs.
Right. It definitely
and trying to take everything back into her controlled missed hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I still feel like she would have held back a little bit. Like she still wouldn't have told everything because it's like it's her and Woz know everything. They know it all, everything that they've been through because they've been in cahoots more so, and they've kind of left out the other ones, you know, maybe just to protect them a little bit more. So I still feel like she would still hold back a little bit, but maybe tell her just what enough that she needs to know, and then not in the desperate moments of where Tess may now feel like we didn't see that, but now going forward she may feel like, well, you were forced to tell me that, you had to tell me, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it could still be a little bit of a riff, like I'm gonna have your back, but I'm still have to side eye you because you know you weren't gonna tell me if you didn't have to, you know. It's one of those things.
And I think Woz was the peacemaker because he brought her into the office and they were drinking wine at the end, and he was like, everything's cleared, and she was like, slate clean. So I was like, oh, okay, Daddy bringing his girls back together.
Right. Let's see, what else do we have?
Let's see. Can we talk about the glass shatter for a moment? I just felt like that was a really poignant point throughout the whole. In each episode, they always have just one thing that just makes it stand out so more about just the drama and the totality of all the things that they're going through. And today it was the glass shattered of his window, and he just keeps saying, "This place is falling apart. This place is falling apart." And I think that just is kind of mimicking. It's like our build up to what's really going to happen, probably season finale. Exactly. And then also once he was trying to talk to Linda and kind of gauge if she was back home or not, and she was just telling them, you know, protect them. This is who you are. This is what you do. That's why she never really asked any more questions, because she knew what he was about, where his loyalties stand, how hard he went for his family. And I think that was kind of like his answer to yes, protect Harlee, and yes, fix my window, help my team, keep him back on instead of going like a drunken binge. Exactly. Yeah.
But now when Verco walked away from fixing up his board, was Verco's office trash?
Yeah, that's what I couldn't see. It was a really quick cut to.
Yes.
That's I was confused by that too.
Because he stopped and looked at it. And I was like, oh.
And you seen like the bridge or the wood from the door, it was all dented and broken off. So I think we'll have to go back and check.
Or someone like trying to break in.
If you're listening, then let us know what you think, if that was what happened as well. We'd love to hear your opinions and thoughts too. But I was wondering that because it was a quick cut too, and then it went to the next scene. So
mystery.
Exactly.
Now we have mysteries to solve.
Always do, yeah.
So what else is there to discuss? I mean, the stolen money, that's the reason that we had that opening scene with the IDs. Stahl and Christina, gosh, that's just going to get even more dirty. And then Tess, Harlee, and Woz in this new murder of Caroline.
There was a point in the episode, I don't know who said it, I believe it was Harlee, but they were, the statement was, we're going to try something different, like tell the truth this time. And I think it was Harlee, I don't know who she was talking to, but I just thought that was a profound statement again, because they're trying to do better, trying to get all the heat off of them, trying to build themselves more credible, but in also telling the truth, they still have to hide so many lies as well. So how much do you release and how much do you give to other people? I see they're trying. And I love that they're trying, but I need the drama.
Yeah, I want the drama. We love the drama.
You have to have the drama.
I love it.
Like, I want to watch every episode, like I did tonight.
Yes.
But, I want to talk about Loman, because the internal affairs officer is really on him.
Yes.
Because I feel like he found like a little bit of a weak spot, and he's really coming down on him. Like, he brought up the whole fact that the money, because he didn't know at first the money was from, the money they just returned was from the heist.
Right.
And everything like that. And then whatever he was looking through, and he saw the picture of Woz and Donnie.
On the boat.
And he's twice. Yeah. So I'm like, now I'm thinking he's about to figure out the relationship that they had.
Right.
Does he not know that Donnie and Woz were together?
No.
Oh.
No one really
came
knows
in.
that.
No, I think it may be just Harlee, because even in the episode at one point, Loman was asking Espada when they were at the vending machine, if Donnie or anyone else was that close to Donnie from the department. Espada was like, the IA? Heck no.
Right, yeah.
So I don't think anyone really knows but Harlee and Julia.
Julia.
Yeah, so I don't think he knows. And that's what I kept thinking. He was looking at this picture trying to figure out, or thinking, like, what is there about him? What am I missing? Trying to figure that out. And I think he will.
Yeah. And then also, so I feel like tying in the money, the fact that, okay, these things, or they match, they're together, like the money from the heist and then the money that they found today, so why do we have that coincidence? And then, like, what is Donnie's role in that, him and Wozniak were closer than we thought. So I think he's going to try to start digging into that, figuring out a little bit more. Hopefully he's not the mole. I mean, like, just to get in we always get into predictions a little bit earlier, but on like the clip for next week, it seems like he's trying to warn them that someone's talking, it's not him.
Right.
So it's like maybe he will get that information for himself, but not really to turn on the team.
Yeah.
But I just feel like he feels lost and left out. Yeah.
I think he's on the cliff, and I'm scared on that cliff with him too, because the Verco is really getting into his head. Like, he's calling him the fall guy, and things just keep coming up to fruition. And he's like, okay, maybe he has some truth in it. And if he has some truth in it, that's why Loman's thoughts and minds are turning, like, okay, what did I get myself into? Okay, what are we gonna do?
And he has that look where you can see that he's just got like that deep stare, but in his mind it is working. Wheels are turning. Questions. He's just like build up in there, which hopefully will not crack.
I hope not.
Because that's a lot, man. If one of them cracks, like, that whole team is going down.
Yeah,
the whole department.
But the main three, they're pretty solid. Tess, Harlee, Woz.
Yeah.
Can we mention the music in this episode?
Beautiful.
I feel like
really
it was
good.
it really was. And the opening, Zed's Dead song was Blame.
Yeah.
Just the intensity, the upbeat of just what I guess we were prepared for through this episode. And then towards the end, where it was Jared James' song, Do You Remember? And it was like, do we remember Woz and Julia? Not really, but
We're going to flashback. Yes, we will.
Do we remember just a whole bunch of everything that went on with this episode? So I just love the music. Also, just being into the show, but the music kept me going too. It was subliminal underlying, like, just giving us blame and do you remember for the theme songs. It was like, okay, I see where you're going. Yeah. Good job.
They placed that music.
It really was
really good.
Yep.
What else we got? Did we kind of cover everything?
Yeah, I feel like
it's early. What else can we talk about? Let's see. We kind of went over everything just now.
For me as well. How about you, Chanel?
Yeah, for me as well. The biggest thing for me this episode was just, kind of having a different opinion on Stahl. Because I've been creeped out about him from the beginning. And this episode, I kind of was like, okay, it's kind of clever, this guy.
I still feel like he's creepy. He's
still
clever.
Creepy. Yeah, creepy clever, that's for sure. Definitely.
Good alliteration. I like that.
But yeah, so I guess maybe we can go a little bit deeper into predictions.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So next week they do show the clips, like I just kind of hinted on a little bit with Loman saying that someone else is talking, but I'm not sure who it is, but I think at this point, I kind of feel like it may end up. Okay, I do feel like it's Carlos Espada, because I feel like he may be the one that's more left out. And Marcus, I forget his last name, but I know his first name is Marcus. But he just seems a little more into the family and everything. I just feel like Espada, like he looked at Harlee a little sideways when she didn't want to back the money, you know, and he was the one going like, you know, the other one added his 2 cents, like, I got to take care of my mom. But he was more so like, we got to do this and do that, and we're a family, things like that. So if he starts to see like he's being left out, and I think he's going to be the one, or he's the mole. I think he may be the one linking the information.
I'm thinking, I don't think it's any of them, honestly. I think Verico and Stahl are kind of connected together, and they've been working together. And I think more so just because of this USB and where they keep getting this information from, because it's the information that they keep finding out. Only Harlee and Wise truly know what's going on. So I think when they get that deep, and everybody's going to start connecting pieces and figuring it out. But I think Stahl is in cahoots with Verico, and they're giving each other information on what to search for and what to look for, especially since Verico is in office and following them and going out on the streets with them. And we see now Stahl got his view of Harlee through the USB, but I think he's trying to expand his whole crew, his whole net basically over the whole crew. And then secondly, I wanted to hit on Lisa. I felt like when she walked in the door, she was like, okay, the house is still here. Everything's still good. He was a little nervous because Waz had the gun in his hand. He was like, okay, so should I be concerned or not? And no, she wasn't. But I feel like she's going to come back. I don't think she's gone for good. Even though she just said my suitcase just need to be filled, I don't think she's gone for good. And I really hope not, because I think she really is the puzzle that holds Waz together.
And she also kind of entered with quite a nice energy. She wasn't really bitter or coming from a nasty place. She just kind of entered the room and made a joke about the suitcase. I don't really have predictions, guys. I think you both covered them. I'm just really interested to see where Stahl's going to go with this whole Christina connection to get the information from Harlee. But one thing that, you know, this episode that we all had was the wow moments, jaw dropping. And I'm just excited for more and more of those to come, because I feel like every episode just gets better and better. But just looking at the Shades of Blue Twitter page, they've retweeted 2 people here. This is Young Bull. He said, another episode that got me speechless. Can't wait for Sunday. And then at Raider Fan, this was the best Shades of Blue episode so far. Can't wait for the next one.
I agree with you guys.
This was perfect word.
So into this episode. Yeah. Well, like we said, we hope the next episode is just as good or better.
We do.
So thank you guys for joining us tonight. Once again, I'm Lynneisha, and you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Lynneisha_33.
You can follow me at all things social at Taquilla_I am.
And you can follow me at Chanel Hurlin on Twitter and Instagram.
All right, see you guys next week.
See ya.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.